The corner of 5th and Main was where Leo shined shoes. He was 12 years old, an orphan who slept in a doorway and ate what he could beg. His hands were cracked, his shoes were holes, but his eyes were bright. He had not given up. She came every Tuesday. Her name was Charlotte, and she was the daughter of a banker. She wore clean dresses and a small gold locket. She never spoke to him, but every week she dropped a coin in his cup and smiled. He lived for that smile. One Tuesday, she did not come. The next Tuesday, she did not come. He asked around and learned that her father had been ruined, that they had fled the city, that no one knew where they had gone. He was 14 then, and he made a promise. He would find her. He would become someone worthy of her. He worked, saved, studied, and clawed his way out of poverty. He started a business, then another, then an empire. By the time he was 29, Leo was a millionaire. But he had not found her. He hired detectives. He searched records. He traveled to cities she might have gone. Nothing. She had vanished as if the earth had swallowed her. He began to lose hope. He began to think she was dead, but he never stopped looking. One afternoon, his company acquired a textile factory on the edge of the city. He went to inspect it, walking through the rows of workers, nodding at foremen, signing papers. Then he saw her. She was at the end of a long table, her hands stitching fabric, her hair pulled back. She was older, thinner, her face lined with years of hard work. But he knew her. He would have known her anywhere. The same cheekbones, the same way she bit her lip when she concentrated, and around her neck, the same gold locket. He stopped walking. His heart pounded. He walked toward her, his footsteps echoing on the concrete floor. She did not look up. She did not know he was there. He stopped in front of her table, and his shadow fell across her hands. "Charlotte," he said. Her needle froze. She looked up, and he saw the moment she recognized him. Her eyes went wide. Her hand went to her mouth, and the locket swung against her collarbone. "Leo?" she whispered. "Is it really you?" He nodded, unable to speak. 15 years had disappeared. The foreman started to object, but Leo silenced him with a look. He knelt beside her table, took her raw, calloused hands in his, and held them to his chest. "I have been looking for you," he said, "every day. For 15 years." Tears streamed down her face. She told him everything. After her father's ruin, they had fled to the country, lived in a shack, worked on farms. Her parents had died of fever, and she had come to the city to find work. She had been at the factory for 6 years, invisible, forgotten. "Why did you never try to find me?" he asked. She shook her head, tears still falling. "I was ashamed. I had nothing. I was nothing. I could not let you see me like this." He lifted her hands, kissed her cracked fingers, her raw palms. "You are everything." He took her out of the factory that day. The workers watched, stunned, as the owner led a seamstress by the hand. He took her to his home, a mansion she could not have imagined. She stood in the foyer, trembling, overwhelmed. "This is too much," she said. He shook his head. "Nothing is too much," and made a promise to a girl who smiled at a shoeshine boy. "I promised I would find her. I promised I would never forget her." He reached up and touched the locket around her neck. "May I?" She nodded. He opened the locket. Inside was a photograph of her mother, as he had expected. But on the back of the photograph, scratched into the metal, was a name. His name, Leo. She had carved it there when she was 12, the year she disappeared. "I never forgot you either," she said. They were married in the spring, in the garden of his mansion. She wore a white dress, and around her neck, she wore the same gold locket. He wore a simple suit, and on his feet were shoes that no one would ever need to shine. The guests were the factory workers. She never worked again, not because he forbade it, but because she chose to. She volunteered at orphanages, visited hospitals, and became known as the kindest woman in the city. He watched her with wonder, remembering the girl who had dropped a coin in his cup. On the night of their first anniversary, they sat on the balcony, watching the city lights. She leaned against him, her head on his shoulder, her hand in his. "Do you remember the corner of 5th and Main?" she asked. He laughed. "I remember every Tuesday. I remember a boy who never gave up," she said. He kissed her forehead, her cheek, her lips. "I remember a girl who looked at me when no one else would." The city sparkled below them, and the locket glowed in the moonlight. Some promises take years to keep, but they keep.